What's going on, boys and girls? JD here for the next episode of JD Plays Project Ozone 2, modded Minecraft and all that good jazz. And I look like a football player from about 4 different schools, but you know, it's cool. Alright, so last time we set up some crazy blaze farming action. I had a lot of fun with that. I got a lot of blaze rods out of it. Brought home a little bit of magma cream as well. Picked up quite a few blaze powders in the process. And fortunately for us, blaze rods directly convert into dual blaze powders. Now, why do I care about that? Well, I care about it because these little blaze lamps, they flew way over here, are crafted by taking 9 blaze powder. And they burn, like I said last time, for 12,000 ticks. And that's very good for fueling things. Each blaze rod will burn for 2,400 ticks. So basically 2 of these is equivalent to 24,000 ticks. And 9 blaze rods will craft 2 of these. So that's, a good thing. Those come in very handy with things like this Endo Flame. And throwing this on there will let that thing burn for a very long time producing mana. And I don't have to worry about it for a while. So when I get ready to automate my mana production, I'm going to want to have a way to automate my production of blaze lanterns. Because it's going to produce me a high yield amount of mana. And that's fantastic for us. Now, I got quite a few different little things that I want to get into. Some of it I'm not sure if we're going to get fully into it or not. I've got a few things put on the to-do list. But my planning and thinking are not quite as straightforward as they have been. I'm just kind of letting it roll now, and we're just getting stuff done, just having fun with it. I'll probably go back to a bit more planning down the road, but for now, this is cool. So one of the first things that I want to do is actually not even on the list, and it is to create an item that comes from RF Tools. And it's this guy right here. This is the storage module tablet. So we're going to make one of these real quick. All it takes is some blocks of redstone, which is simply 9 redstone in a pattern like so. A block of quartz. You can either use this pattern. I would advise using this one. It's much cheaper and much easier. 1 emerald and 4 golden nuggets. And that gives us this storage tablet. Now the storage tablet alone doesn't really do anything because it has no storage modules. If you look at RF Tools, there are various different modules. The one we want to make is this one right here. Tier 1. This is going to take some nether quartz, some redstone, some gold nuggets, and a chest. Okay, well, I've got everything on me. So I think we can just maybe... No, not quite. I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh, no, I got that too. That's really weird. Oh, I don't have any iron ingots. That's what I'm missing. Of all the things to be missing. Iron ingots. All right, let's grab an iron ingot. Let's run back over here. Now, I'm going to tell you right now that the storage module, or the storage tablet, is broken, overpowered as all get out. It is a super amazing item, and I usually try to make these really early on. I've kind of held off this time. I'm done holding off now. So that's tier 1, right? We can put this tier 1 device, which holds 100 stacks of items, into our thing right now. We just put this right here like so, and we put it in. It's that simple. We can put it back in, and we take it out. Okay. This thing works like a disc. Okay. Sorry, I just had to message somebody right quick. All right, we're going to go ahead and upgrade this instantly to the next tier, tier 2. So we're just going to shift click up. We're missing stuff. What are we missing? Let's look. Gold ingots, quartz, blah, 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 chest. Chest, gold ingots, quartz, redstone. We got it. Okay. So we're going to go from 100 stacks to 200 stacks. No problemo. And then the final upgrade right here is blocks. We need blocks of items, right? Blocks of quartz, blocks of redstone, blocks of gold. No problem. Let's make those right quick. Now, we can't make a block of gold, right? So we're going to have to go pour that in the smeltery. That's no big deal. Let's run up here right quick. I fell off. I'm a noob. All right, so let's throw, 3, 6, 9. And I've noticed an interesting little bug. Right, did you see that with that gold? If I do this, it makes things smelt faster. I don't know why. But it's pretty cool to me, because I can speed things up by doing that. Alright, let's put the gold on the bottom. Blick, and pour a golden block. And then we'll put whatever was back on bottom as soon as that gold block's poured. Come on. Come on, go fast. Go fast. It's cooled. It's sucked out. And we'll grab it. But guess what? We needed 2 of those. That was kind of dumb of me. Let's just... What? No. Throw it in there. How many is that? Oh, that's too many. We're done. I went over. I got a little wild with it, okay? I'm sorry. 4 of those. Let's get our gold in blocks. Blocks of gold are so invaluable in Minecraft. Only I had a block of gold in the real world. Would I be rich or would I just be dumb? I don't know. Would I be dumb rich? Maybe. Alright, let's put this little lever back up. Bloop. There we go. That can go back to doing what it's doing. We'll go back to what we were doing. Alright, now I could be crafting these in this. I've already been doing some crafting in it. I just happen to have everything stored over here. In fact, I will craft the rest of this in this. Why not? So, storage tablet level 3. Click. Oh, what are we missing? We got gold. We got this. Oh, we got this. We got this. We got a chest. And we got this. There we go. Storage module tablet, or tier 3. This holds up to 300 stacks of items. Now, what does that mean for us? Well, hopefully we're about to get a few quests done here. At least one. Same thing as before. If we go in here and we take this and put this in it, we can pull this back out. Now look, it says 0 RF. We're going to need to put some energy in this bad mamma jamma. Let's run over here. I don't know why I keep doing that. To my capacitor. Boop. And let's just stick this in right here. Let it power up. Bam. Charging that bad boy. 20,000 RF. It's ready to go. Alright. So now when I right click this thing, check it out. I can put whatever I want here. It holds up to 300 individual stacks of items. And it tells me I've got 9 of 300. I can hold 300 items in one slot. Doesn't matter what they are. Doesn't matter how big their stack is. You know, I mean, I could come over here and let's grab stacks of iron right quick, right? There's a bunch of iron. Each one of those stacks of iron goes in there, and that counts as, you know, 1 stack of items. So this thing can hold a lot of items. This greatly increases our inventory storage capacity. Here's the fun thing, right? This reinforced storage box, it holds items inside of it, right? So if I pick this up, can I store it? Let's see. Oh, yes I can. Even though it's got contents inside of it, I can put it inside of my remote storage right here. And every time I open this, it's going to use up a little bit of RF energy, right? So, but if I take this out, look, it still has all of its storage on it. Meaning I could carry around multiples of these if I wanted to. That's quite nice. Now, but what happens if this thing runs out of power? Because as you can see, it's using up a little power every time I do an interaction. Well, if you run it out of power, you just can't open it until you recharge it. But that's why you carry around something like this, right? This has 400,000 RF on it. So as long as I have this on me, this guy, I just shift right click, or how do I activate it? I forgot. Oh yeah, you gotta put it in your chest. So I put this on my chest and I go to this guy and look, he's back to 20,000 RF. I can use it, no problem. 20,000 RF all day long. So now I can walk around and recharge this all I want and use it for massive amounts of storage. And we'll just charge it up for now. I don't need this stuff right now. Let me go ahead and pull out what's on it right quick. So pull all this stuff back out. And there are various different sorting systems we could use for this, right? Organization modules and stuff. And that's not all it does. This is just the beginning. This is going to go a lot more crazy later. So like you can set up all kinds of stuff. This keeps it all grouped together. We got, you know, counts 64, counts 36, count blah, 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 blah. All kinds of stuff. It's nice. Don't show groups. Now I've got it sorted where it's just the items. I can look things up in here. Let's say I have all this stuff. Let's say I had it just filled up with junk. And all I want to know is, do I have any, you know, toast? Bam. I can go get just my toast. No problem. So it's a very, very powerful item. You know, super useful. We're just going to pull everything back out of it now. And then I'm going to charge it back up. So we're going to be making a lot of use of that. I like it a lot. It's a very handy item. Definitely grab one as soon as you're, you know, you can really grab those very, very early on in the game. All right, the next thing that I want to look at is I want to get some new power sources done. I want to make, first off, and I've actually never used this, but it's a thermoelectric generator. So from my cows, I've been getting this gelid cryothium. And I know that that stuff happens to be really cold. And we've already been using yellorium blocks because they're really hot. So Immersive Engineering has this metal called Constantan. And if we smash it into plates, I'm going to get 10 of these plates right quick. And then we're going to get some LV wire coils, low voltage wire coils. We're going to combine that with some iron, you know, like so. Oh, I kind of screwed up that recipe, didn't I? I'm going to need to make some more of that. I didn't think about what I was doing. Or did I? Okay, we're going to get 2 of these copper wire coils. We're going to take those and we're going to combine them in the following pattern with a little bit of steel. And that's going to give me 2 thermoelectric generators. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the right way to use these or not. I'm going to try it though, and I'm going to put this down right here. Now that guy instantly got snow on top of him. That's cool. But I don't know if it's actually creating any power. So I need a way to see if this is producing power. What's going to be the best way for me to do that? Let's think about it for a second. Well, here's an easy way. Let's do it like this. Let's just take one of these, and one of these, and one of these. All right, so if I put this down on this guy, look, it's producing power. This now has 1024 RF on it. That's pretty awesome. So I know that this right now is producing power. Now, I don't really have a good method of moving that power around yet. So for now, I'm just going to bounce it to here. And then let's grab another coil and can we swing that up to here? There we go. So now that's tied into my power grid. And it's moving around and we've got more power coming off of this thing. This thing's now able to make power and push power out. I'm going to do another one right here beside it. And the way these things work is they take the difference between the items around them, you know, the temperature difference between these 2 items, and they create RF based on that. That's pretty good for me because that's going to be a constant thing, right? The temperature between these 2 things is not going to change, and I'm not going to have to sit here and continue to provide fuel to these guys. So how much power do these guys create for us? Well, I know how much it is, but I'm going to show you how to find out. So let's bring this over here right quick, and I think I have it set up to show display capture. There we go. So thermoelectric generator right here. If we look, there's a chart right here on the screen. And I know my chat's kind of covering it. I'll move it if I think I need to. But yellorium is what we're going to use. So yellorium and lava would produce 13 RF per tick. Gelid cryothium and yellorium produce 22 RF per tick. So each one of those machines is now producing 22 RF a tick, and I never have to fuel them again. That's a permanent thing for me. The best thing that I could do would be like blazing pyrotheum and or plutonium. I can actually get to blazing pyrotheum right now. I'm just not going to. I'll probably switch over to that sometime in the near future, but not yet. When I do that, if I combine blazing pyrotheum and gelid cryothium, I will have 31 RF per tick being produced static from these 2 machines. So that's a nice little, you know, power boost. It's very helpful. Now, when we were doing quests last time, we got to a point and I said, oh, they want me to do water power. Okay, well, I wasn't really planning on doing that, but I will. Oh, by the way, doing the blaze farm, obviously we killed all the stuff we needed to kill. Let's claim our loot reward right quick. Done. Let's put this chance cube away before I spawn it on accident like I've done with so many. Look, another dirt chest. It's crap. We're going to put it down right here. Thanks, dirt chest. Anyways, I had pointed out that we had made it down here to water power. Now, water power wants us to create 3 water wheels. I've already created one, but I'm going to show you how you make these. So the first thing you're going to want to make is you're going to want to make 4 of these water wheel segments. Now, how do you make these? Well, we need the treated wood planks. I showed you how to make treated wood planks last time. It's just creosote buckets or jars work, little glass vials, surrounded by wooden planks. And that gets you your treated wood planks. Put them in the normal order and you'll get treated wood sticks. So we're going to pull out 4 water wheel segments. And then when we combine the 4 water wheel segments with these treated wood planks, we'll get back a water wheel. Now I've got 2 of them right here already. Okay, ready to go. And I should have another piece of treated wood laying around, like right here. And this will give me my 3rd. So all we do is take 4 of these, and not in that pattern, but that pattern. And that will give us our 3rd. So there we go. We got 3 of those. And I know that this is going to give me a kinetic dynamo. That's why I didn't make one. So let's claim this real quick. Should you need to make a kinetic dynamo, it's very straightforward. You just need 3 iron, another one of those copper wire coils, which I made just a moment ago, and 2 redstone, and you can get a dynamo. So what is the purpose of the water wheel? Well, let's look at this right quick. You're going to need, usually I build a very special chamber for these, okay? I don't have one built right now, so we're just going to kind of wing it, which, you know, that's always fun with me, right? Winging it. All right, so how do I want to do this? I'm going to build it actually out here, off of the edge of my base. So let's come over here, and we'll come out to like right here. And I'm going to set my dynamo up. I'll set it right here, okay? Now, you'll notice the facings. This is the back, side, front. Okay, you want to hook your water wheels up in such a way that they are attached to the dynamo with no blockage around them. And a single water wheel can consist of up to 3 wheels, just like I just did right there. Now, the most basic and simple water wheel you can do, right? Let's grab 3 of these. And let's, I need to pull down some power for a moment. So let me see something right quick. Do I have some crystal on me? Nether quartz? I don't. Let me grab some. I'm gonna put my power system under a little bit of stress here. Okay, so that'll get that kicked up right quick. And what I want to do is I actually want to drain this item right here of power. Now, right now I'm still net gaining power for the most part. We can see this because it's kind of flickering back and forth, but I'm staying at 500,000. So what I would like to do is just hook up this guy and see if we can pull him down. And it's not pulling him down at all. All right, we're gonna need to go with a bigger hammer here. Hang on, I got an idea. We got sand. I do have sand. Bam. This will help. So once this thing kicks on, it starts pulling down a significant amount of power. And it should kill off this buffer, hopefully before too long. Really? You're not even trying right now. What's going on? What's going on? This guy's flickering yellow. I can't walk under that anymore. It's very annoying to me. And I'm still profiting. Alright, well, let's just do this the old-fashioned way. Disconnect it. Now all power should be being pulled out of this. Oh, I know what's happening. I know why that's not being pulled down. Boop. There we go. Now it's getting pulled down. Awesome. We're going to let this thing get drained real rapidly. This guy's acting up, isn't he? Put a little slab there so I can walk across. Wonder why. Wonder what his problem is. His problemo. His brother's not even lit up at all. We're not getting any power to this side. All right, we're going to have to get rid of all these immersive cables and switch over to just raw energy conduit, I think. Do I got a bunch of binder? I do. Let's make some binder right quick. We got time for that. So somewhere I have, there we go. Oh, you son of a. All right, we'll just take this and stretch it across here, and take this and stretch it across there, and bam. There we go, new power. Lots of it, lots of power for me. So with that, let's take and let's break this guy, and 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 this guy. And let's hook them all back up with just straight conduit. Nice, clean conduit. No more wire stretching all across the universe. Just good old power. You know what? Let's also break this guy. And this guy. And why not break that guy too? Run around and gather up all these pieces that I've strewn all across my base. I'm sure there's more. I'm sure I'm losing pieces as we speak. But that's okay. And let's bring this guy and this guy and this guy around here. Now I want to put one down there. Okay, and then unhook that one because it's just unsightly. Same thing. Let's unhook this one. Perfect. All right, that's good. Now those guys over there are not getting power anymore except for from down here. And that's okay because I think that's actually enough to keep them running for the time being. But I don't need this here anymore. I can move this somewhere else. I can just hook this up on the backside if I want to. Anyway, have we pulled you down yet? Almost. We've almost pulled the 4 million RF out. Not bad. All right, let's go ahead and hook this guy back up now because I don't want to completely kill it. It's not that big a deal. Right, I do want to actually completely kill it, but I want the, the power system to pull down pretty hard right now. It is called a storage tablet, yes. It comes from RF Tools. All right, so we've got this lovely little HV capacitor. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that it is set up to accept power on the bottom. Okay, so it's set. Cool. We can accept power on the bottom. That's what we want. We want it to be blue. Okay. And how are you doing now? There's no gain. There's no loss. This is wild. Extract. Oh, there it goes. Now it just kicked on. It's like, oh, I got to give power to everybody. Bam. Now it's gaining power. Wonderful. And it's powering up. So each of these conduits holds 30,000 RF, by the way. Keep that in mind. So now we've got a pool of around 20 to 30 RF, but it's kind of fluctuating because it's got a pool, but it's kind of keeping up. It's kind of crazy. All right. Do I have some buckets? I got some buckets right here. All right. Let's go get some water for our buckets. So 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Do I have some cobble? I've got some cobble right here. This will work. Perfect. All right. So as you could expect, the way a water mill works, or a water wheel, is that as water flows across the surface, it begins to generate power. That's how we anticipate this to work. Now, where should the water begin? Well, we want to have the water begin to push in a singular direction. We don't want the water pushing against the mill in opposing directions, or we're not going to get any power out of it, right? So let's have our water begin right here. Now, I don't want my water going everywhere. So generally, like I said, I tend to build a structure to house my water mills because water will go everywhere. The only reason I'm not building a full-on structure right now is because, fortunately for us, we're in a void dimension. So if it kind of goes off the sides, it's not that big a deal. It's pretty easy to clean up. But, in a actual enclosed base, if you're building this like in your workshop, you're going to want to control the flow of water, or you're going to have water going all over your base. And if you're anything like me, you're not going to be a very happy guy about that. Okay, so with our buckets of water, let's put a bucket here. Let's put a bucket here. Now I want my water to flow that way. So let's get our little handy dandy pickaxe here. And keep in mind that the generator, the dynamo, is already hooked up to the capacitor. The capacitor currently has 0 RF in it. Let's break this. Oh, I broke it in the wrong way. But that's okay. It's going to make it roll anyways. So the water mill begins to turn. And as it turns, depending on the speed at which it turns, it's going to start generating power. And I will be honest, water mills can actually create a considerable amount of RF. It's already producing power. Now, I could go make a capacitor bank and we would be able to see exactly how much RF per tick that it's making. But I can tell you right now that this water mill is very, very, very suboptimal compared to what we could be doing with it. And the reason for that is because we're going from a very poor choice in direction right now. We want it to all flow the same direction, but we also want it to cover as much of the wheel as possible. And a lot of times when you start reversing this thing, the animation takes a long time to get caught up. So if it's off synced and you're trying to fix it, you can always log out and log back in and it will kind of reset it. Now this looks much better. If we go look at the water mill now, the flow of water is hitting a lot more of the surface area of the mill itself. So it's producing more RF than it was a moment ago. I don't really, let me see how much it would take me to make a capacitor bank right quick. Capacitor, simplest one right here. We would need 4 of these. Do I have the stuff for making one of those right quick? Yeah, I think so. I think I do. 1, 2, or wait, no, I know I do. I just don't know what I did with it. Is it in my, did I leave it in the nether is the question. And I believe that I did actually leave it in the nether, and that's okay. I got ways to fix this business now. So take this and surround it with this. And cook that up for me, buddy. I don't have any fuel on me. I will get you some fuel. Okay. I'm pretty sure I only need 1, because I'm pretty sure I have the other 3 already. So as soon as I get 4 of these right there, and I know I'm going to need some copper, and I know I'm going to need some gold. Okay, that's going to give us 1 of these. All right, now the easy pattern, let's see if I have it available to me to get to these guys, is if I have some of these on hand. And I usually do, but let's see real quick. Oh, come on. I'm gonna have to make a ramp to get up here or something. That's getting really annoying. All right, I got 1. Do I have another one anywhere? I don't have any more right now. Could I make another one? Yeah, I could switch over to this right now. And it made me another one because we already had enough RF. Awesome. Or did it? No, I didn't. Let's turn this off. There we go. Now I did. Now we're good. All right, go back to what you were making. Thank you. All right, cool. So all we need now is some gold, and we're good. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm gonna probably make a very large batch of these capacitors soon because we're just gonna keep having to make them consistently in any machines we use. Bam, there's 1 of those, and it should have 3 more right there. Beautiful. Should have the rest of the stuff we need for this right here. And then was it a redstone block? It is, and I've got that. Cool. Let's head over to the QED right quick. Put our redstone block in the center, and we want on the corners with the conductive iron, and then in a cross shape with the capacitors. Boom, we got a capacitor bank rocking out. We're going to use this to be able to tell us how much RF we're getting out of that water wheel. And later we'll just turn this into another vibrant, you know, so there's no real loss to us with it. All right. So let's set this side to, oh, actually the top's already working for it. We'll just put it right there. Boop. Okay. Wow. Instantly filled. That's not going to work for us. We need something that can hold a bit bigger, I guess. All right, was not expecting it to fill instantly. I forget. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. Run away. We don't want him to blow us up. I don't have any of my swords on me. I mean, I do, but not on me. Here, let's just take care of him using this. I shot over his head. Goodbye, sucker. I caught it. Look. This thing is already almost up to 1 million RF. That's crazy. How can I do this? Oh, I see how I can do it. All right, what are you at? You're losing power fast, right? Beautiful. This is going to work great. All right, we're just going to pop this guy off. Now, if I lose this guy, I will be very angry because this is 500 million RF already stored. So I'm probably going to build a little platform under it to make sure I can't lose this guy. We're going to come over here and we will set up right up here on top of this. Boop. And then we will shift right click and it tells us this thing right now is producing 144 in. 144 RF per tick is being produced by this water mill. That's almost as much as my culinary generator over there is. And this is passive. This is completely passive. I don't have to do anything to this, right? I just have to let this run. So can I set it up better? Obviously, I wouldn't be hinting towards that unless I could. So yes, you can set this up better. I believe that the max you can get out of one of these, if I remember correctly, is around 182 RF per tick, unless that's been changed since the last time I played with them. And, you know, it's very possible because I have not played with these in a while. I will tell you that oftentimes when I have used these, and I have abused them by making a lot of them, they have tended to start to tick away in terms of FPS because of the fluid. Fluids in Minecraft and in Java tend to not cooperate very well with their flow mechanics. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put this down across here. Now look, that just made it where the water is now touching a fin it was not before, right? Our water is now hitting more of our water mill, all because I added that one little block there. And if you look, we're now up to 165 RF per tick. So every single time you can make this flowing water push in the same direction across another fin, you are going to get a power gain. But if you in any way impede the flow of water or the spinning of the blades, you will actually cause it to slow down. So right there, I am impeding it, right? I don't think that's going to cause me a power loss, but I'm not going to get a power gain. It actually did take a slight power loss. I think it was at 165, now it's at 161. Yeah. So let's break these back off because we want that flow to happen. And it takes me a while to remember exactly how to set these up, but I can max them out. I've done it plenty of times. All right, so that's as fast as you're going to get it to go with just that one series of water, okay? I'll tell you now. It's not going to get any faster than that. And we can keep this all contained, right? So come right here. There we go. That's a contained water mill. And look, 224. Okay, let me go look at my Reddit post where I explain to somebody how to do this real quick. And I'll tell you the exact amount that you can get off of this. Because I haven't used these in many, many mod packs. Come on, log me in. There we go. Click here, I think it is. Well, apparently the area that I had all of this hosted in is now gone. So anyways, that right there is 224 RF per tick. But I can tell you that you can actually get this to go even a little bit faster with the last bit coming from right here. And I don't remember what the max speed is because I've already proven that I was wrong. So I'm already getting 224 out of what I thought was only 160 some odd capable. But I know that the last little bit of speed that can be gained comes from here. And I'm pretty sure that there's one more area you can actually put water in and get an additional speed increase. or power increase. But they may have corrected all of that since the last time I did it, and this may be completely unnecessary now. I don't know. So, you know, this is as much of an experiment to see if the old ways still work as it is proof of concept. We put one there, and we put one here, and or not. Put one there and put one there. Grab that, and grab that. There we go. Okay, now what are we up to? 246, and I'm pretty positive that I can get at least one more set of speed gains out of it. It depends on how the water drops from right here. I think you can get at least one more, but it's been a long time, and I'm not going to stress that right now because 246 RF per tick of passive gain power, and it will never diminish. It will never go down from that. It will stay that way kind of pretty much permanently. Is good enough on one of these for me for right now because I wasn't even actually intending on making one of these. So between this guy that's doing 246 RF per tick and these two guys over here that are now pumping out an additional 40 RF per tick, I've increased my power grid by 288 per tick. That's not bad. That's a significant increase for me. And this is self-contained. I can come over here and clean this all up and make it pretty later to try to kind of box it off. But it's also, I can show you a modular design eventually. I'm not going to do it right now, where you can just build row after row of these mills and you've got power for, you know, you've got power for a long, long time. Now let's see if I can take this back apart without losing my super capacitor there, because I'm going to be very upset if I do. I'm going to put it on video. That way if I get super upset, you guys can all laugh at me and be like, haha, what a nub. And the only part that has to be exposed to get power out of this is the top of the dynamo, by the way. So we've already almost got this guy put back up to, you know, we've gained several million RF, so that's nice. Got it back. Woohoo! There's the big capacitor. Let's take him home before something bad happens to him. Hook our machines back up because they're like, yo, where's our power? I'll just put this guy right back where he belongs. Beautiful. And then shift right click. Oh, no, no, no. That's not what I want at all. Get out of my way, you ugly little bastard. There we go. Now it shows our power output. So I'm going to want to, you know, somehow run the power that's coming from over here back into the base at some point. And if I did want to have, like, you know, a waterfall, I could have a waterfall coming from here that flows downward right there from under those. But I can now set up as many of these as I want all along this edge and just, you know, you got to consider that if you got 4 of these going, you're producing about 1,000 RF per tick. And it's not a very expensive or difficult thing to do. You could start the game out with these very early and have a very, very stable power supply. The main reason I haven't is they tend to bug me because of the latency issues I've had with them in the past. They may be a lot better now, and it seems like this one is not causing me any problems at all. So I'll leave this hooked up for now, and we'll see how it does. How will I bring the power from this back in with everything else? Well, that's the easy part. We're going to use the capacitor as a buffer. And I don't really even have to, actually. I'm not going to use a capacitor as a buffer. Not here, at least. I think there's a better spot for it. So we'll just take some power coils like so. Those are hooked up. And I just lagged. That was really weird. And I can bring it just right along the ceiling. So put one here. Oh, I should have brought that back by 1. I'm going to. I want to line it up. These are straight, so we want to put it right there. And that is now tied into my power grid. Now, the interesting thing is while that is tied into my power grid, this is like its own separate power grid right now, right? They're not tied into these at all. We can quickly correct that just by popping one of these on here and putting this onto there. And now the power is being shared throughout. We can see the number on this one has started to deplete. because it's now receiving power from the water mill as well as the thermoelectrics downstairs. So we've done a nice little service to our power grid and picked up our overall power output. I'd like to take that a little step further. A while back, I made a bunch of survivalists and I showed them to you, and I never used those, the second set of 8. So I've got more culinary generators set up right here. I just made 8 of them in one go. I'm going to take those 8 and once again put them with a power transfer node. I've showed you how to make this in the past. It's just QED, goal, transfer nodes, and this breadth first search. Breadth first search takes speed upgrades and depth first search upgrades to make. So very simple. You can see the patterns yourself. And that's going to give me another 8x culinary generator. Eventually, I'm going to keep building these until I have enough to make a 64x culinary generator. And at that point, I will probably transition what type of food I am running inside of this. Okay. For now, I'm going to disable this one because I don't want that one active. I do want to bring power to this, right? I want to be able to pull power out of it. So we want to extract. I don't want it going into this machine though. This guy's not meant to be like the private power source to this one redstone furnace. But I do need to be able to get toast into this thing, right? Because that's what this whole system runs off of, is toast. So why don't I just let it come directly out of the ovens? Well, if the ovens ever happen to stop cooking, I want it to be able to pull from directly off of the main source of toast, which is out of that reinforced cache. And this thing, if you haven't noticed, it's dark blue now. I've upgraded this to where it now holds 160,000 toast in it. So I don't know where that just went. Oh, it went above my head. It went over my head, guys. Look this up here. Okay. And we're going to pull the items not from there and not from there, but we're going to instead insert them into here. So this is now stacking toast. And so we've just added another 224 RF per tick into our power system, into our power grid. And that's beautiful. Now, why it's not really reflecting that? Oh, I know why. It had a buildup of power that it was pulling out. That's why it got as low as it did to begin with. So we're going to set this guy down. Now, I can very quickly and easily tell you that it's not hard for me to start recovering that power. All I've got to do is stop running one of these 2 devices because this guy's running at full bore. 8. Actually, he's done. That's wild. He's already finished smashing all that down. Huh. It is interesting that it is pulling that much out right now because we're getting... This is not transferring any power. Oh, I know what's going on. I know what's going on. We need our Yeta wrench right quick. What's up, Mr. Pagman? I am still alive for the time being, brother. All right, we got a Yeta wrench right here. Oh, you tricked me. Give me that Yeta wrench. So if you remember, if we use the Yeta wrench, I can get to the pieces that I can't, reach from right here. So the one we want is the one going west. And we don't want it to, actually, we're not trying to get items. We're trying to get the power, right? That's interesting. It's not giving me the option for a power node to the west. Let's pull that power node off and fix it, shall we? There we go. Power, extract. See, it's not giving me a power hookup. That's not funny. I wonder why. Not fun at all, in fact. I think I'm going to be changing these out, by the way, soon with conduit instead. Yeah, see, there's no power hookup here for some reason. Did I set something up on the back side of this? That's why. Disabled. There we go. Somehow the back side of that got disabled. Now we're gaining 3,300 RF per tick going in as everything dumps its load into this bad mamma jamma. I was wondering what the deal was there for a minute. Boom. I am not done making videos. I'm making a video right now, Master B. All right, so now that we've kind of gotten past the buffer, we're going to be able to see kind of what our they're going to dump all of their buffers in, by the way, until this thing is stabilized. And now we're going to drop down and we're going to see what our actual RF in is. So when running this at full bore right now, we're gaining around 100 RF per tick. That's what this thing, and I mean, it's pushing quite a few. You know, we've got what? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 lasers going right now. That's not bad for where we are in the game. And we're still gaining 100 RF per tick while that's running. So that's pretty good. If we come in here and we pause this, and just let it stop. I don't think power is running to anything else right now. This may be draining power. I'm not too familiar with that machine yet. So we'll have to look at that in the long run. But I know that we're now up to producing over 500 RF per tick, that should be pretty obvious, right? Because let's look here for a second. This guy's producing 224. This guy's producing 224. That guy out there is producing 240 something. And then the lava generator itself is producing 320. So that's not quite right. I'm not sure what is pulling the additional power right now other than these guys right here. I forgot about these guys. Each of these guys is pulling a certain amount of power right now. I should be able to tell how much they're pulling actually. They're full, I know that. 250 RF. So each of these is pulling down 250. So we've got at least another 500 RF just going into these guys between our machines. So we're producing over 1,000 RF per tick now. So that's pretty awesome. And we're also powering this guy. And we're also powering this guy. So we've got a decent amount of RF production. Now look, we got a problem, right? I have not lit any of that area up. And so mobs are able to spawn there. So we got to take them out like ninjas. Ninjas in the dark. Let's get ourselves a pickaxe. That's what's interesting. I can't answer that, Master. I've never seen these redstone furnaces operate at the speed at which they do in this pack. I don't honestly know why they're operating at that rapid of a speed. Whoa, where did you come from, fat boy? Yeah. Let's get some light sources out here. Let's F7 it up here. See what we can. All right, so we've left way too many spots for mobs to spawn. We got to clean this business up before we get a John Cena creeper, because we do not want a John Cena creeper. That would be bad for business. I'll come take care of all of these things later with some fancy schmancy chiseling. And now nothing can spawn right there at least. So that's good. Oh, there's a witch. Yeah, you got me, but I got you too, girl. What now? Huh? What now? Gotta love slabs. They make life easy. All right, nothing should be able to spawn right there, I don't think, anymore. So we should be good there. And with that, I think we're going to call that done, boys and girls. We got ourselves a fancy schmancy water mill. I'll probably clean that up and make it a bit more better looking. And I may go ahead and add additional water mills on there just because they are super easy to make. I need to see what the maximum RF output allowable in this pack is. so that I can update my water mill design, because I have a feeling that's not the most that they could be pushing out. But it's not a bad amount by any means. We're not hurting for RF anymore, and we've got a lot of RF production going on. I'm probably going to start to consider moving all of my power generation to one area and setting up, a power plant and then piping that power wherever I need, because we do need to do some base expansion. Let's check on the cows. I haven't checked on them in a bit, and then we'll call it a day. What we got going on over in Cowtown? I'm wondering if I'm at the maximum amount of spawns right now with the number of cows that I have present, and maybe I should kill some off. Blue, ethanol, cryotid, magma. I don't really care about the magma one. The ethanol, I don't really care too much about it either, but I'll leave it for now. We'll see if anything else spawns. See, yeah, there's plenty big area for them to spawn in. I'll come back and check on those a bit later. Other than that, guys, I think that we're gonna call that good for today's episode. So, as always, if you liked it, like it. If you'd like to see more like it, click that subscribe button. If you want notifications for when I upload a new video, or you want to know when I'm streaming, because I do stream on YouTube sometimes, not just Twitch, click the little bell icon and you'll get notifications for that. As always, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're enjoying about the series, what you think I could do better. Feel free to leave me tips and hints and things like that. I'll take a look at them. Doesn't mean I'll always do them, but I'll take a look at them. Other than that, you guys be good to one another, and I'll see you all next time. Laters.